I was one of a number of people who, worked on adaptations for the movie. They have a young adult adaptation. They have a novel, prose novel adaptation. They have various different ones. The adaptation of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is going to be one 88-page graphic novel. It'll also be offered as two 44-page individual issues, and it's part of this long tradition of Indiana Jones comics going back to when Marvel did its 3-issue adaptation of Raiders of the Lost Ark years and years ago. And of course, if we want to go all the way back, they did the 6-issue adaptation of Star Wars in 1977. Sold 1 million copies, a best-selling comic book in the 1970s, and it's in the case of Raiders, it led to other stories in sort of the expanded universe, if you want to call it that, for Indiana Jones. Further Adventures of Indiana Jones, which Marvel did. That material is coming back into print from Dark Horse this year. Dark Horse is also doing an ongoing, or not ongoing, but they're doing, as they did in the early 1990s, they're doing individual adventures. I think Indiana Jones and the Fate of the Gods, I think is the name of it, and that is also coming out this summer. And it's a lot of fun that certainly getting to see the stuff having to do with this movie before it came out. It was a blast. I started begging my editor before there was even a movie. A good 2-3 years before. They spent so long trying to come up with a script. And I said, whatever happens, if the adaptation comes along, I got dibs. And he was fortunate enough to get the assignment to dole out. Then he remembered it, what I had said, and it was I owe him lots of favors. The artist working on Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is Luke Ross. Luke Ross did for Dark Horse Samurai Heaven and Earth. Has done a lot of other stuff. The pages I've seen are wonderful. This is the kind of a story that has a lot of frenetic energy to it, because there are characters who are in motion and doing. They have a whole lot of adventures, and it was fun and a challenge to try to break this down and turn it into a comic book. I'm really looking forward to it. There are 2 different painted covers. I don't know the names of the artists off the top of my head, but I think that it's going to be something that'll be at your local comic shop and bookstores and all over creation. I think that it's something where they're really looking at Indiana Jones the same way they look at Star Wars, in terms of they're going to try to maintain a continuity where everything counts. The video games, the games, the various other things, they all count. One of the projects that I did on the side here for Knights of the Old Republic, I co-wrote the Star Wars role-playing game Knights of the Old Republic campaign guide, which is coming out in August from Wizards of the Coast. By letting me get involved with it, I was able to add a whole lot of bells and whistles from the series, things that we might not have had a chance to mention before, and it all counts. For continuity purposes. I mean, it's all there's not a pecking order of novels are more important than comics or more important than anything else. It's all equally relevant, and I think that has really been something that definitely for Star Wars, I'm hopeful for Indiana Jones as well, will be a positive in the future, because it makes comics part of the engine, part of the creative, part of the creative movement that is these two series.